After 20 deaths, the COVID-19 outbreak at Lynn Valley Care Centre in North Vancouver ended in May. But what happened during those early days haunts a group of women who say they were on the inside and saw it all unfold. CTV's Michelle Bernoro has the troubling details on what they describe as a heartbreaking lack of care for vulnerable seniors.
When COVID-19 crept into the second floor of the lodge at Lynn Valley Care Centre, these 6 women with elderly family inside say they found themselves thrust into what to them became mission impossible.
The moral distress for all of us at seeing what needed being done and was not being done was devastating and very traumatizing, actually.
The women who were still allowed inside in the early days back in March say the scene was one of chaos and despair.
Help! Help!
Althea Gibb-Carsley took this video inside Lynn Valley. At first, she expected the staff would help the senior who was crying out. No one came.
I waited for a while, probably, it's too long, but 10 minutes. And then I went and I helped her. This is a woman whose legs were caught in the rail of her bed and she was wet and dirty.
Help!
The women say they tried but simply could not help everyone.
They were crying out for help incessantly for a long time, up to an hour, hour and a half.
At some point we weren't allowed to go into the other rooms. Help! I need help, and it would go on for half an hour.
With workers at Lynn Valley becoming infected or just too afraid to go to work, the women say at times they only saw 2 or 3 staff members for roughly 45 lodge residents.
She never complained.
May McHale remembers the day she went to see her mum Isabel and found her soaked in her own urine.
Her pad was not changed probably for at least 12 hours. It was bursting at the seams. She was shivering in bed and cold, and her trays, her meals were just sitting right beside her and she couldn't get them. That was the point I knew that my mother was not going to survive.
Her mum died of COVID-19 March 18th, the 8th of 20 seniors who would lose their lives to the virus before the outbreak was finally contained. We reached out to Lynn Valley Care Centre for an interview. We received a written response instead. It reads in part that the moment we were made aware of the outbreak, we did everything possible to stop the spread and providing care for our residents. Professional replacement staff was brought in as soon as possible, following a short time when we had some staff shortages. These women say what happened in Lynn Valley needs to be investigated. They're calling for accountability to make sure BC's most vulnerable citizens get the care they deserve. Michelle Bernoro, CTV News, North Vancouver.